Welcome to another episode of That Crazy Triangle Guy. Here we are looking at Bitcoin US dollar index on the hourly time frame. My cursor's at the bottom of the screen at 52, 8-ish, whatever. That was our low of September 6th. Since then, we've been trading upwards in this white parallel channel, this thin white parallel channel, pretty nicely here. Now, since the last video, we were looking to see a rejection here at the top of our symmetric triangle, which has been switching to a 4-hour. Just been a consolidation here. You can see we hit it here, and broke through there. We hit the bottom here. So we've been oscillating in this symmetric triangle, and we did just break through here. I was looking for one more leg down here, which we still might get, and I'll get to that in a minute. Now, what's key to note in this breakout, we do not have a retest of this channel on any time frame, really. Channel. We do not have a retest of the top of the triangle on any time frame, and it looks like possibly we could be coming down to do that. And so we would be hitting down around 60,000, just above 60,000, possibly. This looks like a good spot, 60,500. That's on Saturday. So we'll just have to wait and see what happens. Maybe we, who knows? It's a weekend. Maybe we have to see fall. It's not the weekend yet. It's still Friday. So let's just see where we get here. Switching to the daily and turning our oscillators on, you can see at the on the RSI this trend line here that I've drawn from. What is this from? Our low in August of 23, and this low in January of 24, and then you can see, well, it's got rejected there. Don't have any clear points there that it really interacted with. Here you see a rejection, but more recently you see a rejection at this line on August 25th of 24. You can see we tried to hold it as support here and here and fell through, but currently we are getting rejected off of this line. So and our other oscillators are stochastic RSI or stochastic are oversold, so it would make sense that we do come back down here, do a little cool off heading into next week. The other thing I wanted to mention is, okay, come on. I'm going to pause the video. When you go to a 2-week time frame, Ben Cowan has noted that we do have a pattern forming of a green, red, green, and possibly then a red next week, because we got 2 days left in this 2-week time frame. Something to do, he was alluding to that it may have something to do with the jobs numbers coming out at the beginning of the month. I don't know, something like that. So that's that. Just something to note. Now I'm going to get to a key trend line on the price chart in just a second. But looking at the oscillators here on the weekly, you should well know that we are since March and April we've been consolidating in this wedge-shaped pattern on the RSI and on the stochastic RSI, the stochastic indicator down here. You can see we're just winding up. We're coiling up like a spring on all these, and we've been doing that for the past 6 months. Everybody knows that. But this is interesting. The triangle forming here, and it's really, really, really coming to a head. Now I have my line drawn at this point here in March of 2024, and I think this point here in June of 24. Let's zoom in on that. Yeah, where the bear sign is right there. Now note that it does cut through this on March 25th. Mine is anchored on this one at March 4th. And then as you scroll down, you can see it hits this one here on July 22nd. It's just a little above this on the 19th of August. And currently we are above that. We are above it, but this week has not closed out yet. And I do believe that we will be heading down into Sunday over the next couple of days here. Friday, Saturday, Sunday. We got 2.5 more days to go. So a good chance that we do see a rejection from this line here. That's what I'm thinking. I don't think this is the breakout yet. This is the explosive parabolic breakout that we've been waiting for. Will it make it below the line or maybe just close just above? You know, maybe it still could do something like here, where it did close above the line but then came back down. So like I said, on the other oscillators on the daily, they are we're in overbought conditions, and this is the 4-hour here, but the 4-hour 2, we're up here, so we're ready to come back down on these and are heading back down on the RSI. Now what I wanted to show you is up here, so let's get this guy in shape here where we're currently. Now what I've done, we have our symmetrical triangle. I cloned the bottom, I cloned the base, and I pulled it up here to form a channel, because we're always traveling in channels. Trend lines are really the bottom or top of a channel, or center line, or whatever, and these multiple channels can be stacked upon each other, and you can see that the price action travels in those channels. So then I did pull this up to form a channel. Now where we want to locate that is arguable, but what we're doing, where I did end up placing it, you can see that we've come above that even and are now trying to hold that as support, apparently. Well, we haven't quite got to it yet, but it looks like we're kind of, if we go to the 5-minute, let's see what's going on. Yeah, see the 5-minute shows that we are trying to hold that as support. I don't know. I don't think it's going to hold. I think we're going to come back down. But we shall see. I mean, Bitcoin has continued to trade upwards while the stock market's been closed since Thursday, 1900. Actually, no, not really. We did come down and then go back up. Not a lot. Let's see what the stock market's at. Oh yeah, so the market's in a red today, as it did have a pretty big day yesterday. So that makes a lot of sense. That we're seeing this little pullback. Yeah, so it looks like maybe possibly a red day today, and sideways or maybe even down a little bit more over the weekend, because it doesn't matter if we form a gap above. We will eventually close that gap on CME futures. And of note, as we're looking at this here, futures has not been trading a lot higher than spot. And typically, when we are getting really, really bullish and exploding, you'll see that futures trading at least 300-400 up to 700-800 $1,000 higher than spot. And we just haven't seen that. It's only been trading maybe 150 above spot, which isn't particularly bullish. And currently it's just about 110 right now. You can see that. So going back to Bitcoin here, we're on the 5-minute. Trying to hold that line. Let's see what happens. Now, you'll note here that I did make another clone of this line and placed it where we're getting rejected here. Let's switch to a 4-hour, because that's the time frame that I put that on. Okay, you can see I put it at this candle wick here, and on this candle wick we did come up through it a little bit. But anyway, regardless, I then extended this line. Well, yeah, and the reason I did put it there, right there, is because we have other points of interest, like this one here, where we got rejected on 29th of August. And going back, you can see this acted as support here, but was a key resistance in this consolidation in mid-August. Actually, both those lines were support and resistance there. Anyway, you can see as we scroll back, actually it even cuts right through there. We tried to hold it as support briefly on this on the 4-hour, before crashing through it here on the 5th of August. Back here in July. Really? We're at 54th. Oh, that's before. What the hell? I thought that's when we had our big crash. Oh, I guess we had our big crash to 54 and then crashed later here in, yeah, gotcha. In August, that's right. Wow. Interesting. So that's where we did come down to in pretty much. We held it, came down right to it on this wick and this wick. Came through it a little bit on these on the 4th of July. And then going back. Gotta scroll way back because we don't have any price action with it until way back here. In January of 2024, this is where we held support and pretty much went up from there. Good rally from 38 to 52 over the course of a month or so. And scrolling back. Do we have more price action? Well, we kind of just crashed right through it here, but this is a year ago. Yep, I remember this right here. I was really watching this, and I called this breakout a year ago. I remember watching it on the 5-minute chart as we broke through key levels. I'm like, we're doing it. Anyway, where were we? We're up this line here. Not really, we just kind of shot through it there, but this is the 4-hour. I wonder if I'm not going to switch to a lower time frame because it'll mess up my chart. It'll mess up my place. But we can go back. Believe me, there will be more interaction with this line. It's above us now. But here we are. Should be August of 23. We fell through. It did come up and try to hold it as support there, but got rejected here on the 4-hour. Remember, we are looking at a 4-hour, so there might be more interaction on the hourly and 5-minute time frames. Wow, see, didn't think we'd, scroll back, I didn't think we'd see more action with it, but we did right here. Acted as support here in June of 23. You can see the interaction we had with both those lines here. Actually, the lower one held support in March of 23, and then we did come up and hold the upper line as support as well and test that before really rallying. And so this is a 4-hour, so it's a fast move. After we tested that right there on Saturday, March 11th, we didn't quite explode until, once CME futures opened on Sunday. Wow, this is a weekend move. So from Saturday, right here, Saturday, we exploded all the way up by Tuesday to 26 from 20. Nice 25% move over the course of a couple days. And then we continued on from there after brief consolidation. So let's scroll back more. Do we have any more interaction with this line? Well, certainly another explosive move from this line. So a lot of explosive moves we're getting off of this line. And all along the way, it's acted as support and resistance, as well as the one below it too. And here you can clearly see it acting as support here, back in December of 2022. So that was after FTX. And here in November of 2022, you can see that these lines that we are interacting with now was our support back here. Now, I don't believe we should have any more interaction with these lines. You know what? I wonder if we go way, way back that we do. Now, if I switch to a daily time frame, the problem is going to be that the lines are going to change because I didn't anchor them on Mondays. You know what? I know our blue lines. What date are we on now? Oh, we're only in 2019. We'd have to scroll back 7 more years to see more interaction with price. You know what? Let me just switch to a daily and see what happens. Maybe they stay intact. It seems like they are on a daily. I think if I change to a weekly, that they would we'd start seeing problems with the lines getting skewed. I haven't gone back this far, but which lines were we looking at now? Oh, there they are. Let's see what happens when we go back to the beginning of time. Huh. Actually, our lines seem to be interacting with the most important channel in Bitcoin history, which is really kind of weird. So maybe when I switched to the daily, it did kind of skew them a little bit because it seems they're kind of parallel to, unless I'm getting my lines mixed up. I don't think I am, though. Wait, that's not the most important line in Bitcoin history. Huh. Where'd that white channel come from? Those lines are pretty perpendicular to that channel. Oh, gotcha. That's because, yeah, okay, I did draw that channel off the base of this line here. That's why. So, yeah, you can see that when we go back in time, all the way back to 2012. We do have more interaction with this, and this is on a daily time frame. If you switch this to an hourly or 4-hour, you'll see a lot more interaction with those lines. Which is really, really interesting that this line, the thicker line, acted as support here. And we got rejected off the top of this white channel. So it would be a good idea to look at that white channel too, because it acted as resistance here and here and here. Isn't this fun? Here we are. So we are seeing a rejection at that pink line there, the thinner pink line. And of note, we have not come up to the top of that white channel. That white channel is currently at about 68,000. If we did continue upwards here, makes a lot of sense. We'd come to our right around our previous all-time high, heading into the end of the month, into next week. So that is interesting. Maybe we could continue on upwards here and see either a rejection there or a breakout there at the end of the month. Very possible. All are very, very possible. I'm thinking but okay, so let me tell you what I'm looking at, because we've got a consolidation here. Typically, when you have a consolidation, you're going to see some like a inverse head and shoulders pattern forming to get out of this into a channel that's heading upwards. So we are on a daily time frame. Others have pointed out that we got a shoulder here and a head here, and then this is our other shoulder. It doesn't quite work with me, because we're not hitting the same points here. Like this shoulder, the neckline isn't. There is no clear neckline, is what I'm trying to say. Even here, if this is a shoulder and this is a head, and then we're currently forming another shoulder, that doesn't make sense either. We got to switch to a 4-hour. If we switch to a 4-hour, we can see more clearly that if in fact this is our high here and we continue downwards, then you could argue that starting here as the far edge of our left shoulder, that we could make a neckline from here to where we're currently at here, and this would be our head, and then we got to form a shoulder. And I think that's what we're doing. I think that's the pattern that we're going to form. So let's just draw that line right now. If we do a line from right here through there, you know what, let's just connect it to this right here. And let's change the color of it. And make it really fat. So we got it sitting right there. And it comes pretty close right there to those. And right here where we're currently at, let's just get that arrow out of the way. So with that white line as our neckline, let's change it to a different color. It's got too many white lines. What the hell? What color did I hit? Yeah, let's make it green so it stands out. So that's our neckline. And then we have our first shoulder here, our head, and then we're going to come back down and make another shoulder. So where do we come back down to? Maybe a mean band of the Gaussian channel, right down here around 59K. Possibly. Now, of note too, see what we've been doing. I mean, you can see how we come up and test all these lines for support and resistance. We've come up and we test the bottom of the Gaussian channel. We've come up and tested this white line, which is the center line. Well, first of all, you got this pink line, you get the white line, you get the red line, you have the pink channels, the blue channels. These price action comes up with the candles testing all these lines, testing the white line here. But we've been doing that. We've been coming up and down through the channels, testing each line as support. We've been doing that for months and months and months, and it never, ever continues on to anything. We go up and test them for support. We go down and test them for resistance. We just keep doing that and just basically liquidating longs and shorts all along the way. So it's really kind of frustrating that nothing is sticking. So it's hard to call when is that breakout move. Anyway, I think we're still consolidating. Not initially like I thought that we would come down here. Maybe we do come back down to about 54.5 right here. We still have time. That would be next Tuesday. Something might happen that brings us back down into our triangle here. And I think we break out. I think people are really overreacting to the 0.5 basis point interest rate reduction, because I think the media is going to drum up more fears that about recession and whatever. So people are going to really now we got pretty decent job numbers yesterday, and so I still think we're just going to wait for more job numbers and CPI. I really think the CPI on October 9th is going to be the start of our explosive move, and then we go parabolic after the elections with the next FOMC meeting, which is all coincides within days of one another. In November, around November 7th is the next Fed meeting, I believe. Let's see what I got here. Let's see what this is on. Yeah, Thursday, November 7th, and so Tuesday is the election, November 5th. Yeah, I think this CPI data is going to start us off here and bring us back up into our upper 60s, lower 70 range, and then so looking for a shoulder to form here. So if we did see a shoulder form, then our breakout would be here around 62.5. Which, if you look at the 21-week moving average in blue right here where my cursor is, it's at 62.7 right now, heading down and sloping down right in over here. So that makes a lot of sense with that. Also, that would be a breakout above the top of the daily Gaussian channel here. And of note, we didn't quite get to the top of the daily Gaussian channel here. Close. Pretty close. Yeah, I guess that's close enough. And speaking of which, let's look at the Gaussian channel because what did I just do there? I hope I'm still recording. I gotta be recording still. Yeah, okay. You couldn't see what just happened, I don't think. I just accidentally closed my little recording icon, and Thought I messed it all up. Gaussian channel right there. So now I turn that on. This is on a 4-hour time frame, mind you. When we switch to a daily, you can see that my little dashed lines do coincide with the bottom and the mean and the top of the Gaussian channel there. Now, switch to a 5-day because we did fall into the Gaussian channel on the 5-day, and that was freaking a lot of people out on the Gerber baby channel. Oh, what's interesting? Look at this. We are seeing a rejection Saturday. Yeah, see, if we close where we're at, pretty close to where we're at right now, we are not going to be closing a candle outside the 5-day Gaussian channel, which means we do come back down to the center line. Really? $56. Just below 56 maybe, or maybe even come down. Maybe we do come all the way down to where I thought at about 55K one last time. Could be. But of keynote, so maybe we do that one more time, consolidating in the upper band of the 5-day Gaussian channel. Could very well be. Gerber Baby says when we dip our toe in there that we tend to get stuck in there. Maybe we got one more little dance to do in there. But the most important thing is the weekly Gaussian channel. Which is funny because way back here when we broke out in October of 23. Really? Was it that soon? Huh. That's weird. So when we did break out here, finally, we never did get that retest. That did puzzle me at the time. So I was looking for a retest of the weekly Gaussian channel. And what are we doing now? We're getting our retest right here. So, and we did. This came right down to it here on the week of the 2nd of September. Right down to it right there. Did this one come? No, this one didn't come all the way down. And so possibly does this week or next week come back down to the top of that, which is sitting at 53.8. Now next week, after Sunday, it'll be a little bit higher, and that'll be right around 54.5. Maybe higher than that. Yeah, upper 54s, 55s, and it'll be right at the intersection of that line that I called. See where the pink arrow is and the white line. This white line is significant as well as a level of support and resistance. Switching back to a daily now, or 4-hour. I like the 4-hour chart better. Turn off our Gaussian channel. Oh, look at we're getting support on that line for now. We haven't broken through it. So where was that little arrow we were talking about? Right here. This is Tuesday, September 24th, the end of the day. Or more, even Wednesday. End of day Tuesday, heading into Wednesday. I see us testing the weekly Gaussian channel one more time at 54.6. I'm still holding out on that as a possibility. I mean, we've seen crazier things. We are oversold on for the 4-hour and the daily time frames. And, I mean, overbought, I should say. And that would form our shoulder. So that's what I'm thinking. But as I've always said, we are coiling up and we could break out anytime. We could break out now. I think we got one more shoulder to make, but I could be wrong with that. I mean, we are right now. We don't quite have indication of that because we are continuing up in this channel. We could just keep going up in that channel, and if we keep going up in that channel by CPI data time on August 9th, we'll be up at almost $90,000. So I don't know. Do you think that's possible? Do you think we gotta fall out of that channel sometime? And by the election and the CPI data, we will be up at 150,000. So yeah, maybe if this is our breakout, that is possible. And looking at that, it is key to note that when we do get our breakout, that's what it's going to be like. We're going to see triple digit numbers relatively quickly. So, are we there yet? Is this it? Is this the breakout? Or do we have one more leg down? Let's see what happens if we move this. Whoops, that's not what I want to do. I want to go to that guy and go here and clone him and move him over. Let's see if we were there. Where is our So if we formed a shoulder and we broke out here, we started exploding upwards. From that point, you know what, this would be breaking through all of our upper channels too, heading into the CPI data on October 9th. I think that the more I look at this is more and more what I'm thinking is going to happen. We'll be breaking through all those channels. Where do we hit our 72? Maybe mid-October. Then we break out through there. I don't know. I'm getting way ahead of myself. I think then we'll dance around, and we could actually pull this over one more time. To here, actually, I think we could have something like that. Where we go up here, come back down, go up here, Maybe come back down, go up here. So that would put us, yeah, I think, yeah, up around above $80,000 or by the election. And then we explode after that, putting us where by the end of the year. Oh, we can't go that far. Huh? Yeah, we'll be up around. I think we could easily be up 150K by the end of the year. See, when I switch those, because I don't have those things anchored on. See how they got skewed? They were all parallel on the 4 hour. And you know what? Let's see if I can go to a. See what happens if I go to like a 24 hour. No. 12 hour. No, see, they're even now getting 8 hour. 8 hour, they're still kind of, parallel to one another. I'm just seeing. What it could look like by the end of the year. We could be approaching 200K by the end of the year. I'll be damned. Right up around here, I'd say. Yep, right there. Yeah, not quite at 200K. I've always said my number is 187,000, but yeah, I thought we would hit 187 by the end of the year, but I did think we would rally up to 125 with our June rally, and that didn't play out. I thought we would get a bump, a high in June-ish, and then a pullback, and then a high around the end of the year around 187, then a pullback, and then up around 225 in April of next year. Those are my 3-point theory. Now we got our early peak in April. Never got that. See, that's because we rallied up too high early with the ETFs. Saw this longer consolidation pullback, and now so we will get our peak. I don't know. I'm thinking we're gonna get sell-offs in January, where people take profits and so they don't have to pay taxes till the following year. But I don't know. Anyway, we're getting way ahead of ourselves. Let's just see if we form another shoulder here. First of all. Let's go to a 5-minute chart and get in on the real action. What's going on here on the 5-minute? Well, we're trying. Oh, look at that. Huh, you tried for a rejection. We're saying no rejection. No rejection today. We are going to go up. We are going to bounce here. That's what they're saying. But they said it before. All right. So, subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell because these videos are random. And I don't know if the notification bell works. I haven't hit the notification bell, and I don't want to be notified about anything. I will go and look for you if I want to listen to you. And subscribe and like it, whether you like this or not. And always remember that you can increase the speed to 2 times. I don't think that's fast enough, and we should petition YouTube for higher speeds, like 2.5 or 3x for videos like mine. So, and maybe some sort of a filter that filters out all the lines too. Okay, so we'll see you next time.